If you're new here, here's the deal. One thing good, one thing bad, and one thing Uggla from the week that was. What is Uggla? Who can say? Something odd, something weird, something different, something reminiscent of Marlins, Braves, Giants, Nats, second baseman Dan Uggla. Did I leave any teams out?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Not well. I guess the D-backs drafted
University
him,
of Memphis.
So.
University of Memphis.
and Memphis. Yeah.
And Memphis.
They
Jordan,
they do deserve some credit.
Start us off, please.
My good this week comes courtesy of White Sox right-hander Davis Martin's Instagram, who posted a photo of one of our favorite people in the game. It's Eric Fetty. Eric Fetty's always been very good to us. And this photo of Eric Fetty seemingly in the White Sox clubhouse is so funny. It is Eric Fetty's Papa Shot that I guess he brought into the clubhouse with a leaderboard showing the high scores from the season so far, most notably including Mr. Fetty himself, who has the high score, and he has listed his name on the leaderboard as Eric, quote, the coldest to ever do it, Fetty. Which is
he does look
stuff.
Cold in the photo.
And he does. He does look like he's shivering. We also have, I just love the leaderboard. I mean, the leaderboard itself is honestly more ugly than good. We have Guardians catcher, outfielder, utility man David Fry. We have, what is that, D-backs reliever Ryan Thompson, Billy Cook, the Pirates utility man, and Ellie De La Cruz in the 5 spot here on the Papa Shot leaderboard. This is my good because I am such a sucker for Papa Shot. In fact, I have come dangerously close to literally purchasing this exact Papa Shot. I have looked at this Papa Shot online and thought I would like to have this in my home, and maybe someday I will. But for now, all I know is that the next time I see Eric Fetty, I look forward to talking to him about this because this is a very funny picture and just makes me happy. So it's good.
I wonder, should we get him on the show next week to do like 10 minutes of Papa Shot chat?
Probably could. Eric's always down, man. That guy's the best.
Let us know. baseballbarbacast@gmail.com. Do you want Eric Fetty to come on and talk about Papa Shot? Is that the content that your ears desire? Jordan, my one theory about this leaderboard, 2 guys on this list, Ryan Thompson and Ellie De La Cruz, share what? Very long limbs, very long arms.
Yes.
They are string beanie lads, which means they are closer to the hoop. And so I think that is the differentiator here. So over time, I'd be curious to see if more long-limbed guys need to get Mizorowski on the Papa Shot, Chris Sale on the Papa Shot, Spencer Jones on the Papa Shot. I think that's the secret.
I love it. Yeah, all the extension kings. Make sure you go try to beat Eric Fetty's high score. Good luck.
My good this week is Braves related. The AAA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves, the Gwinnett Stripers, had a bunch of big leaguers this week. A lot of rehabbing folks, a lot of respectfully over the hill individuals. Their lineup, this was on Tuesday night, I believe. Ronald Acuna Jr. in the leadoff spot. Ha-Sung Kim batting second. Carlos Santana batting third. Rowdy Tellez in the 4-hole. And Andrew McCutchen in the 6th spot. Incredible. I believe they had a lineup later in the week with more guys with big league time. This Tuesday lineup, 58 years of combined MLB service time and 2 former MVPs in the lineup. Now, the reason that this is good is not just that like a bunch of people in Gwinnett got to see legendary baseball players up close. It's that the gentleman in the 5 spot in this lineup, a relative no name, not a household person, Patrick Cloesy in center field for the Atlanta Braves, AAA affiliate. Who the F is this guy? Patrick Cloesy hitting in a line, hitting ahead of Andrew McCutchen. Patrick Cloesy was drafted out of St. Louis University in the 11th round in the 2024 MLB draft. He is a speed merchant, a demon on the sacks. He had 79 swipes last year split between two levels, stole 22 more in 21 games in the Arizona Fall League this season. He has 43 steals in 78 games. But the most important thing about Patrick Clohessy, I played in college with his brother.
That
For
is
those of
the
you watching on
most important
YouTube,
thing. Number one.
for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm holding up a picture of the 2016 Washington University Bears, and you can't see any of the guys' faces, but I promise you there's a guy in there that looks like Patrick Clohessy. Shouts out to my buddy Matt, who was a bullpen mate of mine. Matt and Pat, and there was like 3 other brothers. And you know when you're playing with a guy and the dude's like, I mean, you don't play, so you don't know this. But if you're playing baseball with someone and they're like, my younger brother is like way better than me. And you're like, all right, man, like that's sick. Congrats, dude. And Matt used to say that, but he was right because he's hitting above Andrew McCutcheon. So shouts out to Pat Clohessy and the AAA Braves.
And my younger brother who's listening to this is like, what the hell? I'm better than Jordan at baseball. Why didn't Jordan say that about me?
That's true. I don't think that's true.
I just gotta say, this lineup is so amazing. Yes, you have rehabbers like Acuna and Kim. Andrew McCutcheon and Carlos Santana they're just hanging on. They're not rehabbing. They just don't want to go home. These two guys rank 1 and 3 among active players in major league games played. Okay? No, Andrew McCutcheon has played more games than any other active player. Carlos Santana is third. Freddie Freeman is the one sandwiched between those two. And they are just hanging out in Gwinnett with Patrick Clohessy.
Just can't let go.
Really something. Really, really, really something. All right, let's go to bad.
Might be time to go.
My bad is, the Miami Marlins have lost 9 games in a row. Now, this has been a very strange couple of months for the Marlins. I think that is also a team we could maybe be having some interesting conversations about. I tried to cook up a Sandy Alcantara trade for our fake trade Friday, but I couldn't quite come up with one that I was satisfied with. That said, remember, folks, this team went 20-6 in June. Best team in baseball. Not only did they go 20-6 in June, just earlier this month, they swept the A's and swept the Mariners in consecutive series. But since then, swept by the Guards, swept by the Brewers, and now swept by the Astros. And all of their gains made in their playoff odds, which got up over like 50% at one point, have now crashed back down to closer to 10%. And that's probably where they always belonged. But for a fight and fish team that was certainly flying high there for several weeks, this is quite the whiplash of back down to 500. This is really something.
If there's one thing I learned by reading Anthony Bourdain's books, it's that fish goes bad quick. It can turn on you in a second. You can't leave marlin out. It'll lose 9 in a row.
Yeah, I guess that's why I don't like seafood. All right, what's bad for you?
I was going to talk about Jose Caballero's tired act, of which I am unbelievably sick of, but I don't want to be dragged into that abyss. So I'm going to pivot a little bit, and I'm going to talk about Kyle Freeland and Andres Chaparro. For those of you who did not see this, Andres Chaparro, who this week in a tweet I described as a combination of Max Muncy and Riff Raff, feel good about that. Andres Chaparro flew out to center field, a sac fly that pushed a runner to third base. As he was jogging off the mound, he barely grazes the back of the Coors Field mound. I would say his foot is about 7 inches, maybe 5 inches on the dirt side of the back of the mound. Not a part of the mound that Kyle Freeland or any Rockies pitcher, or any pitcher at all, would ever use for pitching.
Yep.
It is the back of the mound. Kyle Freeland lost his top, screaming, "Get off the effing mound" at Chaparro. Stay off the effing mound. That's my effing mound. Come on. Have some respect one time. This is obviously all via Jonathan Boy. You went right across the mound, brother. Come on. And then the bench is cleared, and Chaparro just walked out. And Freeland just kept yelling at him. Here's why this is bad. He didn't run across the mound. It was like an inch and a half over the mound. He ran across the back of the mound. The flip side is that mound is more Kyle Freeland's mound than any mound in the sport is anyone's mound. That dude has pitched more for the Rockies than any other human in the history of the franchise. Now, has he pitched particularly well for a lot of that? Maybe, maybe not. But what was endearing about this to me is Kyle Freeland's like, you know how much crap I had to go through on this mound? You know how many fly balls turned into home runs? You know how many singles blooped in front of a bad defense? You know how many bad Rockies games I've had to live through on this mound? Andres Chaparro walked 2 inches to the other side. I thought this was hilarious. Yeah. It was bad because Freeland just kept going. He didn't have to keep going. It's like, hey, next time, just be kind. Lead with kindness. Excuse me, Mr. Chaparro. Would you mind next time walking a little bit further onto the grass as to not go on my mound? Thank you, please. Instead, he led with anger. And I think that's a lesson for all of us.
Totally agree. I thought this video was so silly. Not the first, just for those who are like totally thrown off by this. This is a thing that pitchers have gotten mad about when guys run across the mound like this. There is historical precedent for that. But to Jake's point, if you watch the video, and the most generous interpretation for Kyle Freeland is that he straight up didn't see, like he thought he was walking over the mound a lot more than he actually was and then just lost it. That's the most generous interpretation. Because if he actually saw where Chaparro was stepping and this was his genuine reaction, I just can't even begin to fathom it. Because to your point, it is so far away from any part of the mound that means anything to the pitcher. So, but no, I think your other point is great. It's true. That is truly his mound.
His mound.
So
it's his mound.
maybe Chaparro should show some more respect. All right. My Uggla this week is just a little nugget to monitor for the rest of the season. I wrote about the Red Sox and Orioles series, and I wrote about Jake Bennett, who has been a very good rookie pitcher for them. Jake Bennett joining a rotation that is already overflowing with left-handers, and that is even with Garrett Crochet not being able to pitch, with, of course, the likes of Peyton Tolley, who we mentioned, and Connolly Early, and now Patrick Sandoval is back, and Ranger Suarez, who they just signed. The Red Sox have used a left-handed starting pitcher. Oh, Eduardo Rivera, by the way, that didn't go so well. He opened for Bayo, but it counts as a start. 75 of their games this year have been started by a left-handed pitcher. That is so far and away the most of any team in the league. Second, the Washington Nationals down at 47. But I was curious, are they on pace for the most left-handed starts in a single season ever? And the answer is maybe, but probably not. They're going to come pretty freaking close. The record is the 1983 Yankees, 127 starts by left-handed pitchers. So if the Red Sox use lefties for literally every other game for the rest of the year, then yes, they would break that record. But I don't think that they will. But I do think that they're going to come close. Only 2 teams ever have had more than 120. So yes, this is, if it does seem weird to have a rotation of this full of lefties, the answer is you're correct. This is not normal whatsoever, and it's amazing that they keep spawning more lefties like Jake Bennett to keep this bit up, even though Garrett Crochet and Early and Ranger Suarez keep getting injured.
I like the idea that they only did this to try and mitigate the Yankees' left-handed heavy lineup at Yankee Stadium. It's like, okay, why did we lose in the wild card round? Well, the Yankees had a lot of lefties with the short porch. What if we only lefties? What if only lefties?
What if only lefties? And as long as they keep stopping... Have you seen how unbelievable Brian Bayo has been in this non-starter role? Especially if you can maintain that while also keeping up this lefties only bit. Sonny Gray, you can keep doing your thing. But other than that, I hope we only see lefties for the rest of the season for the Boston Red Sox.
Jordan, you're a theater kid.
Oh,
let's talk about theater. We got musical news. Did you see this?
Oh, we did. We did. Yes. This is something. This is really something.
OMG. Jose Iglesias, he of the OMG Mets, Latin music superstar, and I guess retired infielder. He
has not played baseball
last
this year.
season.
He did last
What
year.
do you say?
Yes. He has not played this year. He did play last season, but he has not played baseball this year.
He played in 112 games last year for the San Diego Padres. And this year, 0. But he will be taking the stage once again as a member of the cast of Buena Vista Social Club, a legitimately hit musical. This is not, it's just like some off-Broadway production, and he's like kind of be a part of it. Like, my understanding is that this is one of the biggest shows on Broadway right now, getting a lot of big pub. I think it won, let's see, I have it right in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tony Awards last year. It is about a group of musicians in Cuba between the 50s and the 1990s, and within the rise of communism under Fidel Castro, and kind of how music shapes them. Jose Iglesias, who is Cuban, feels like a natural fit, and he's just gonna like be, I believe, the role of the narrator. Like, there's a great article in The Athletic where Evan Drellick, of all freaking people, who usually covers, labor stuff and like Rob Manfred and like is the one that wrote this. I don't understand, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't understand how or why. I need to ask Evan why he ended up writing this. That might be the most Uggla part of this that there is.
I agree. But also I kind of love that for Evan. What a nice reprieve from CBA talks to write about Jose Iglesias on Broadway. That's great.
Quote from Iglesias: "I lost some sleep, I'm not going to lie. Just like we're going to face an ace and a good pitcher in the playoffs, that type of energy, that type of adrenaline, that's how it feels. It was tough, but in a good way." This is really cool. Like, good for Jose Iglesias. This crossover is great. I want to go see this. Do you want to, like, when does he start? We're going to be in New York in a couple weeks. Should we try and go see Jose Iglesias in Buena Vista Social Club?
After the trade deadline.
August 27th. His debut will come August 27th. Set to be the first Latino Major League Baseball player to perform on Broadway.